I'm so glad you addressed that, because I think and this is why I brought it up, I think there's been a mask of false vulnerability that's been encouraged because of social media. So people think that the more vulnerable or more open you are, that shows authenticity.
Yeah, I totally disagree. I love you for that. Right? You're going to a very smart place. Yeah. I would argue I see more lack of authenticity in the way that people are leveraging their family and personal life because they know it does well.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too deep because, again, this is what's fun about being candorous in general, but I would never, ever say this to a human being. There's people who are leveraging their children for brand deals. That's something worth thinking about.
Yeah.
like right now, those kids aren't talking about that to you because they don't talk because they're 4 or because they're 16 and not ready to have that combo. But like, I think all of us have to think about things like that.
Yeah. And I think for me, as an observer of you, I always respect that. And that's why I was so intrigued. And, I still respect, I still same respect, but it's because I went through that journey in my own head. Yeah. Even with my own wife that I'd been together with, and even what we share and where we share. It's like,
really intentional. Like to me, your family is the most sacred, like that's who's going to be around you when you're dying. Yeah. Like, right. And so like, you have to think 3 times before you start letting anything in. Right. And by the way, the other thing is I don't want to make decisions for other people. Yeah. I was built to be unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like when you see where I'm going? Like
so true. Yeah.
Opening exactly up for that judgment. If that person, it's hard enough if you choose it. Imagine someone else choosing it for you. Yes. And so like, please everyone be thoughtful on this one. Yeah. And by the way, if you're listening right now and it's really hitting, but you already opened up Kimono's box, it's never late to close it. Totally. You can close that. Yeah. We evolve, we change. Yeah. I will make mistakes, I will change, I will evolve, I will do good things. Like we need a lot more civility and patience for each other. Yeah. If you've been sharing everything and you decide off of this podcast, which I'm sure there's 500 to 500 people that just decided right now, then you just stop. And when people ask, where's Johnny, your boyfriend? Because like you can answer it. You don't have to answer it, but like you're in control. People have to understand they're in control. Accountability, VFriends is the scaled version of me. Mm-hmm. VFriends, this is actually something I should talk to you about offline. Love to. You should really debate this. Yeah. The building intellectual property to scale one's message is very powerful. That's
what me and Ryan were just talking about. So I'd love to,
like I met this woman, she's in her late 60s, early 70s. Somebody introduced me to her. I'm looking to potentially hire her to be a storyteller in VFriends. She worked for Jim Henson. Wow. We were just getting to know each other, but like the brief for Fraggle Rock, the brief for the entire show was stop war. And it was like the most profound, out of all these 16 months, that's been the most profound moment so far of my journey of VFriends. Because VFriends is to make people happier. But I think happiness comes in a lot of forms, not demonizing competition. My favorite character I want to develop is Accountable Ant. Jay, I think the lack of accountability is leading to so much unhappiness. Mm-hmm. Like life is so much better when you're like, this was my fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're in control. Yeah. And so like, this was like a wrap up to control. You're in control. Yeah. You decide what you consume. You decide what you believe. You decide who you surround yourself with. You decide what you put out. Take on accountability. Yeah. Everybody wants the blame right now. Yeah. The algorithm, they're acting as the algorithms are like hypnosis. Mm-hmm. And I understand endorphin hits and all that, but like you can delete the app. Mm-hmm. You can. Like where's accountability in this? Yeah. Right?